So you're looking for a good, cheap chronograph for your air rifle? Well, I've seen this HT X3000 appearing more and more on the websites. So I've got hold of one and I've given it a go, and I'll let you know what I think about it coming right up. Right there YouTubers, it's Steve here, aka Catanonia, and welcome to another video by Airgonology. On this channel we'll do a whole lot of air rifle, air pistol reviews as well as technology reviews. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos, leave us some comments, and don't forget to check out the Facebook group, which I'll leave everything down in the video description, full of useful information down there. But anyway, today, why am I sat outside in the drizzly cold English weather with my Brocock Compato sat on top of my lovely rifle stand? Yeah, I'm plugging it. Why am I sat here? Well, it's because of what I've got. Is a new little chronograph for air rifles that I've seen appearing quite a lot. It's called the HT X3000, and you'll see loads of different copies of this around the place. I've seen them cropping up quite a lot, and it was originally designed for airsoft and like so, but it does actually work very well for air rifles, and it is an alternative, and a cheap alternative to, let's say, the CB625 or the Chrono F1 that you see around. So I've got hold of one. I thought I'd give it a go. Now, to get hold of these is a little bit difficult. Sometimes they crop up on Amazon, sometimes you'll see them on eBay, but where you can definitely get them from is AliExpress.com. I'll leave the links down below so you can check them out, and they range from $30 to $50. Obviously you've got to pay shipping from China as well, and you've got to wait for them to actually get to you as well, but it didn't take too long for me. It was okay on that. Now you can get these in 4 different variants, and it's mainly to do with the shot count and the features in here. They all look exactly the same, but basically you can get the standard, which is a 30 shot count on it. You can get the enhanced, which is a 90 shot count. Then you get the supreme, which this one is, which has a 120 shot count, and it remembers the shots when you switch it off. So you can take your shots, you can switch it off and take it back home and use it. And then you get the Wi-Fi version, which is the supreme 120 shots with the memory when it switches off, as well as Wi-Fi connection that you can then connect up to your computer, to your mobile phone, and do loads of wonderful things. And again, I'll leave some pictures around for you to see that. So I got the supreme version here, and like I said, between $30 and $50, plus of course your shipping. Now the thing is extremely light. It's 105 grams as it is, like so, all set up. It's about 3 inches by 1 inch square. Really robust actually, made of nice little bit of metal in there, aluminium in there, bits of plastic, and it's one of these chronographs that sits across the end of your barrel. So obviously before you touch anything to do with your rifle, especially the pointy end of your rifle that hurts, make sure it's fully unloaded, which my Brocock here, my Compato, is fully unloaded. Now what you do is the unit itself comes with these little plates, and these plates basically have markings on them, and I'll leave some pictures around, but you know what you do is you measure the end, your diameter of your barrel or your modifier, and then you find the plate that fits and corresponds to that, and you put these little rods in through the screws they supply. So they supply you 2 sets, 2 different sizes depending on the barrel sizes on there, and you set up the rods like so, and then you put the plastic protectors over them as well. So you work out your diameter, you put in your actual rods in there corresponding to the numbers on the plate, and then the idea then is that you slot it over the end of your barrel. Like I said, make sure that it's totally safe and there's nothing in your rifle at all, and then basically there's a velcro strap, and you velcro strap it tight to the end of your barrel. So we'll just bring that into camera so you can see that there, and obviously this is totally safe, but that's how it fits on. And effectively it's like the Chrono, it's like the CB625, and now once it's all secure on there, you can turn the unit on, and then you can basically take your shots. So let's just switch this unit on like so. Okay, so the unit's now on, it's ready to go, and then it's just a matter of literally just taking your rifle, making sure of course that you're pointing in exactly a safe direction, so you've got a proper backstop, and then it's just a matter of taking your rifle and firing a shot through it. So we're just going to fire 1 shot through this. Make sure it's fully lined up, make sure you're firing somewhere safe. Okay, and I'm just going to decock this rifle totally to make sure it's totally safe. And then what we can do is just slide it off the end, and then we're going to put the Compato back down again. We'll just slide the Compato out of the way. and then we can take a look and we can see that the shot on there was reading 757.2. Now obviously then when you've got that, you've got the, you know how much your pellets weigh, you can work out your joules or your feet per second. This will actually tell you in joules, so that was working at 14.6, and I know I'm running that low on air on the Compato there. So yeah, a really handy little unit. What they supply you in the box is all of the rods and everything like that. You get a USB lead that allows you to charge it all up. You get a Velcro strap that goes around it. You get the different backing plates and the rods. You get some cheap Chinese English instructions and some pretty pointless zip ties which you're probably going to throw away. But yeah, quite a nice little unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away to a tabletop now and show you how it all operates, because it might be useful to know what you can actually do with it, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what I actually think of it. What I'm going to do on the tabletop here is just run you through all of the features of the HT X3000. Now this is pretty much the same for all the different versions, whether or not you get the actual standard, the enhanced, the supreme or the Wi-Fi version. They all are pretty much the same, and they all look the same as well. There's no different markings on it to tell you what the differences are. But you have the power button here. If you press and hold it for a couple of seconds and it powers on, and you'll see it does two tests. It does a front sensor test, it does a rear sensor test, and it checks the sensors and it says it's all good to go. This is your first screen where you've got the joules and the actual weight of your pellets, and then basically your feet per second or whatever units you're in, and your rate as well. You've got another screen here which gives you some energy details on here, and another screen which basically just gives you a straight output of which round that you fired and your feet per second or meters per second. And you press it again and you go back. If you press the up arrow button here once, you'll actually get indication of your power, and that's how much power you've got stored in the internal battery, and that's all filled, charged up through USB on here. So there's your power there. You press the down button. If you press the down button, this will now take you into the menu systems. So the first menu system we got here is your data playback. So you press the power button again, just one click, that's your select button, and here we can actually see all of the different shots that I've done. Now depending on the version that you've got will depend on how many you got in here. So I've got the Supreme edition here, so I can scroll all the way down, and mine goes if I keep going, mine goes down to 120 shots. So it's what they call group or shot count in here. Now the standard version only has 30, the next version, which is enhanced, has 90, then the Supreme has 120, and the Wi-Fi has 120 obviously, and Wi-Fi in that as well. But here we can just exit out of that and press that. Now with the you're fine with the Supreme version and the Wi-Fi version that even when you switch off, it will remember that data. It's got like an internal storage, so you can actually clear that out if you want to, and I'll show you how you do that in a bit. Then what we can go down is the next one is set memory, and this is where you actually set up your pellet sizes. So up here we can literally just scroll up and have a look. So the weight is in grams and not grains. So number one, so you can have, in mine I've got up to 6 pellets. I think, yeah, I can have up to 6 different pellet weights in here. So I've got number 1 is set. So this is set for my 177. It's a 0.55, so it only goes to 2 decimal places, bit of a downer. 0.55 grams and 4.5 caliber on there. And if I want to change it, I can hit the button, and then I can hit the up and down arrows to change it, and change the caliber as well if I want to. So nice and simple. Scroll down to the bottom, and then we get into the exit mode, and I can just hit exit on that. Next menu down then is the auto power off. So we can set here when we want this to auto power off. I've got mine set to 5 minutes is when I actually want it to auto power, and it saves battery life, obviously very useful. The next one down is your backlight as well. You can determine when the backlight comes on, off or auto, so it just works out whether or not, just try and keep it bright enough for you. Nice and simple. And then the next one down then is the units. So you can have this set up in meters per second or feet and foot. So I've got mine set up to foot seconds, but it will only still output joules. So it's handy to know what the UK limit in joules is, or what limit it is in your country rather than feet per second. So we can come out of exit on that. The reset button is very useful if you have one with memory on it. It'll either completely reset the whole unit back to factory defaults, or if it's got a memory like mine has, then we can clear the data. And I'm just going to clear my data out. So we should now, if I go and look at my playback, I should notice that all my playback is now blank, which is good. So we'll come back out of here, and then we'll come all the way down the bottom, And then we have a final one here, and those that read Chinese, that says language, and that's where you can change it between English and Chinese. And that's basically it. And for those that are getting the Wi-Fi version, if you press and hold the down button, it will then switch the Wi-Fi on and off, which then allows you to connect it up to your computer. And I'll leave some images where that can be connected up. Quite handy. I don't have that version, unfortunately. But when you press it, you set the Wi-Fi up, you connect up to the Wi-Fi on your mobile phone, and then from there, then you can actually look at basically a web page which gives you all of your information, things like average speeds, highest and lowest. Really, really, really useful. But that's the basic operation, and when you finish it, you just press and hold, and it'll power itself off. Battery power is quite long, and all of the units look exactly the same. And then all we've got then is on the front is obviously the plate, which we'll go into a little bit further detail later. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite a simple little unit to use. It's some really nice things. Let's just go through the pros and cons like I always do. The good parts of it, right, it's cheap. Yeah, it's very cheap, $30 to $50 plus shipping. All right, you got to wait from China to get it, but if you can find one on Amazon or somewhere like that, go and get it. Some of them also, you can actually have screw-on adapters that you can fit them directly onto the NG rifle. Watch out for those ones as well. It's light, it's small. I said 100 grams, put it in your pocket, put it in your shooting bag, it's easy. It's there when you want it. And the battery lasts quite a long time. It works and it's accurate. I've tested this against a couple of other chronos, my F1 chrono and a CB625, and it is just as accurate as those as well. Also, because it's using the tube method, it has a sensor at the front and a sensor at the back. It doesn't have light issues. It has its own little internal lighting in here, so it always sees the pellets. I've never had a problem, unlike the chrono F1 where you have to put the shades on, shades off, and it's really temperamental. No problems at all with this. Actually really, really impressed. And it's got a good battery in it as well. The battery lasts ages. And another good thing as well, if you get the Supreme or the Wi-Fi, when you switch it off, it remembers the settings, what you had, so you can chrono it, you can take it home, and then you can look at it as well, and then only then can you clear the data down. So what's the bad points about this? Well, I am nitpicking quite a bit here. Supply, getting hold of one. I like to do things on Amazon because you've got quite a lot of satisfaction there. eBay as well. Sometimes they crop up on there, but at the moment it's AliExpress. I have no personal experience with AliExpress. It's a big place, obviously, so yeah, just check it out, be careful. So supply is a bit of a problem getting hold of these. It is a bit of a pain in the backside setting these plates up. It's not like the CB625 where you just throw it on, Velcro on it, and job's done. It's not like that. It takes about 10 minutes to measure your barrel, put these rods in the right place, get the right backing plate, etc. Put it all together. 10 to 15 minutes, but once you've got it and it's done, it works for a rifle. So yeah, it's okay. It's a pain in the backside to set up at times. I admit that, definitely. And sometimes you'll find that it won't fit certain rifles. So my bullpup, where the actual end of the cylinder is very close to the barrel, then yeah, sometimes it won't fit on there. Sometimes you have to arrange the rods in like a triangle shape to get it on there. So you may have troubles with bullpup type rifles with this. The other thing I don't like about it, and I always say this about chronos, it is the fact that it sits on the end of your barrel. Basically, the end of your barrel is the pointed bit, and it's the bit that stings if you get it wrong. I personally don't like looking down at barrels and stuff like that. So there, yeah, just be very careful. That's one thing I don't like about it. It sits on the end of your barrel. It hasn't got feet per second. It's got feet per second, but it doesn't tell you foot-pound. It only works and tells you in joules, no matter which method you set it to, whether it be meters or to feet. So yeah, basically you need to know what your joules are, or do a quick calculation. 16 point whatever it is for the UK, 12 foot-pounds. You just got to know that. If you're under that, then you're good to go on there. And it was designed for airsoft and not really designed for air rifles, but you know what, who cares? It works very, very well. So would I recommend it? Well, for that price, yes. I would certainly say get at least the Supreme version, which is 120 shot string on it, with the data memory, or even better, for an extra few dollars, get the Wi-Fi version. Then you can connect it up to your computer, onto your mobile phone. You can start doing some all sorts of wonderful bits and pieces of it. But yeah, I'm super impressed with it. I was expecting it to be a pile of junk, but actually, it's pretty damn good. Anyway, so hopefully you like this video. Have you got one of these? Have you tried them? How have you found them? Let me know, leave the comments down below. Check out these other videos I've got lying around here for you as well, with the other chronos that I've checked out as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your views about them and everything like that. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, check out our other videos, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell as well, so that you know when another video is coming. And I'll catch you on the next video.